Most of us say we want to change. We want to feel better, we want less stress, less pain, more energy, and more ease. But change, especially deep change, isn't just about doing something new, it's about letting go of who we think we are. And that's where things get tricky. One of the biggest things that quietly holds people back, especially those dealing with chronic pain, burnout, or long-term stress, is resistance. This kind of resistance isn't loud. It doesn't sound like, I don't want to get better. It shows up in quieter, more hidden ways. Putting things off, zoning out, starting but never finishing, or telling yourself, I'll get to it later. On the surface, it can look like laziness or lack of motivation, but underneath, it's often your body and your nervous system trying to keep you in what feels familiar, even if that familiar place isn't a good one. Here's the key point. Real change isn't just about what you do, it's about what you believe you are. If you've lived with anxiety for years or burnout that's shaped your daily life, that experience starts to feel like your identity. You might even say, I'm just an anxious person, or I don't handle stress well. These thoughts feel true, not because they are, but because you've repeated them for so long. Your nervous system plays a huge role in this. It's not focused on what's good or bad for you, it's focused on what feels predictable and safe. So if you've spent years in a state of tension, pain, or overdrive, your system adjusts to that. It starts to treat those uncomfortable states as your quote-unquote normal. That's why feeling calm, peaceful, or rested can actually feel uncomfortable at first. It's unfamiliar, and the body treats unfamiliar things as potential threats. For example, someone who's always been stressed might find silence quite unsettling. Someone who's been in pain for years might feel unsure or even afraid when that pain starts to improve. The nervous system isn't trying to stop you from getting better, it just doesn't know what to expect from this new version of you. And so, it resists. This resistance can show up in a number of small ways. You delay starting that program you signed up for. You read the advice but don't act on it. You feel unusually tired, tense, or scattered when trying something new. Or you tell yourself, I'll do it when life calms down. These behaviors aren't failures, they're your nervous system doing what it knows, protecting you from uncertainty. But here's the good news. Resistance is not permanent. It's not a flaw, it's just a sign your system needs more safety and support before it can fully lean into change. The first step is awareness. Say to yourself, this is resistance. This is my nervous system doing what it thinks is best. Naming it really helps to reduce any sort of shame attached to it. Next, get curious. Ask what part of me might be afraid to let this go. You might discover hidden fears like, if I stop identifying with pain, people won't understand me. Or if I let go of stress, I might lose my edge. Who am I without this part of me? These fears aren't always logical, but they feel very, very real to the nervous system, and they need to be met with understanding, not force. From there, begin to build safety through small, consistent actions. Don't try to change everything at once. Focus on gentle steps that send a new message to your body. I'm safe now. I don't have to live in the old story anymore. Try shifting some of your self-talk to this. I'm not an anxious person. I'm learning how to feel safe. I'm not broken. I'm healing. I don't need to have it all figured out. One step is enough. With repetition, these small shifts create real change. This is neuroplasticity, the brain and body's ability to rewire based on what you practice. The same way you learn to live in survival mode, you can learn to live with calm, clarity, and strength. Letting go of old beliefs is not easy, especially when you've lived inside them for years, but it is possible. It just takes safety, repetition, and time. And once you stop feeding the old identity and start building a new one, everything begins to shift.